So here is part 2 of the most advanced tip I could find for every champion. You can watch part 1 after this video if you haven't already. I'll link it in my description. Lock in an enemy with your passive basic attack followed by an ultimate on the furthest enemy to get most out of your ultimate. Neeko also copies the movement speed of your fastest allies, so take the fastest ally's appearance to run back in lane. Nidalee's Q deals more damage if you flash away from your enemy before it hits the enemy. Nocturne R doesn't apply nearsighted to clones or enemy pets like Shaco R or Daisy. Nunu's Q icon will glow up when you can get a max healing off from your Q. Rather flash and then use your Q to throw your Q further away. Orianna can hide her ball in walls, which can lead to big surprise attacks. Ornn can ramp up his ultimate outside of enemy vision to surprise them when the knock-up appears. Pantheon's W will always block damage from the enemy he's facing, so even if the enemy is dead, you still have to face the corpse. Pyke can stand between the enemy nexus and the enemy when ulting, and the enemy will land close to Pyke. Pyke's R will still go off even if he dies during the animation, but only if he has a resurrection. Qiyana's R can connect added terrain by allies and enemy champions. This works really well with Taliyah and Jarvan's ultimate. Quinn can use her E to cancel dashes mid-air. Rakan's W scales with movement speed. The more movement speed you have, the faster you dash as Rakan. Rammus is very slow in his W. Swifty boots will give him slow resist, so he will be faster in his W. Rek'Sai's tunnels can be targeted by TP, Lee Sin W, Katarina's dash and so on. Rell can go over walls with her mounted W. You can hide the direction of Renata's R by using Q the other way. Renekton can use his R during his W to cancel the R animation lock. Rengar can jump on a blast cone and flash to the other side before you hit the blast cone to escape the enemies. Riven can use E and W at the same time to cancel the W animation. The movement speed buff of Rumble's W is supposed to last for 1 second, but due to a bug it may last 0.26 seconds longer. Ryze has an infinite mana hack with water walking, just go in and out the river to generate mana. Samira can flash during her EQ and she will deal damage to the location she flashed to. Sejuani's Q knockbacks champions and pulls minions and jungle camps together. Some unhit items will proc to every enemy hit by Senna's Q, and some items only proc it to one enemy, I'm not sure why. Seraphine needs at least 9 nodes to outrange a turret. Sett will automatically attack the enemy you pointed to while using your E. Shaco's clone will have the level you had when you were last seen. This results in some cool outplays. Shen will always land between his ally and the closest visible enemy with his R. Shyvana can one-shot wards with her basic attack and Q. Singed can actually auto-attack an enemy mid-flip. Sion cannot lose attack speed in his passive form. Severe can know if an enemy is hiding in a bush thanks to her W. Spell shields don't block Skarner's root for some reason, but it will block his ultimate. To achieve a 99% slow on Sonna's empowered E, you need at least 1475 AP. When you are as Soraka, the summon Ahri will apply according to the spawn ID, meaning the champs you see in the loading screen from left to right. This is almost always the top laner. Swain's W will still give a passive stack even if the enemy has a spell shield. Sylas can W and auto attack another enemy while his E chains are traveling to the enemy. Syndra can apply the red buff effect on all the enemies if she throws the red buff on top of them. Abilities like Rumble's flamethrower or Lucian's ultimate can still be used inside Tahm Kench. Unlike other champions, Taliyah's Q gets cancelled by Zhonya's, so be careful when using it. Use Talon's E alongside walls to quote-unquote walk faster. Tarik's R has no effect on untargetable allies, so be careful because your own allies can outplay your ultimate. Teemo can teleport and flash while he's invisible. Thresh's E starts from behind him, so use it backwards to get a better reaction time to cancel enemies that are dashing towards you. Tristana's jump also resets on enemy clone takedowns. Spell shields negate the slow and damage reduction of Trundle's Q, but not the damage. Tryndamere's W lights up even when invisible enemies are nearby. Since Twisted Fate's dice are loaded, he has 20% more chance to roll a 6 on his passive, which can recall while invisible by pressing Q right before recalling. Unlike most unhit physical damage, the bonus damage from Tiger Stance will not apply lifesteal. When attacking enemies or objectives, you can toggle your W on and off in between your attacks to cover for the downtime in between your auto attacks. Varus can cast his R mid-air thanks to a blast cone if you time it right. After having auto-attacked your target, Vayne will always auto-attack the same target after using her Q. Veigar will even get a passive stack from the enemy if the enemy had a spell shield. Casting QW is not only faster than W and Q, but also hides the Q since it travels at the same time. If Vex launches enemies with a blast cone, it will not apply his passive, but it will when enemies launch themselves with a blast cone. Purposely missing your Q to flash behind your target afterwards will make Vi push her targets towards allies behind her. Throwing out your E right as you are recalling will make you recall completely invisible. Victor can cancel the animation of his auto attack. Be sure to click twice on the target after using your Q. When Vladimir gets his empowered Q, his bar starts depleting. Casting his E and holding it makes it stop depleting until the E has been released. EW is faster than W and then E. Warwick's Q hold will make him immune to all displacement. Wukong can hide his Q animation completely by using other abilities during his Q. If enemies are in close proximity of each other, try flashing to other targets just as your feathers root the first target. This will result in both targets getting rooted. Use blue trinkets during your R to know where enemies are hiding. You don't need to point your cursor on the enemy if you want to E on them. You can slightly point your cursor next to the enemy. Yasuo can ult an enemy and then throw his Nado, and if he knocks up a second target afterward, that second target will also get ulted. Using your third Q from max range won't give enemies enough time to escape your ultimate. Using it at close range will give them a split second to flash or dash out. Yuri can awaken his Mistwalkers and this will count as a proc for Sheen. Yuumi can detach tank CC like Zoe's bubble and reattach to cancel the CC. Even in blob form, Zac will deal damage with his Sunfire. You can W into a wall and the enemies won't expect your shadow. This can make for great opportunities to gank bot lane. Zeri can use her E like a Bard portal to get faster in lane. You can mask your Q animation with your W. Zilean gains 1 AP if he's close to an enemy Volibear. If you flash when you have a flash in your W, it will use it instead of the real flash. Zyra's plants are targetable by TP and ally dashes. Thank you so much for watching and don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video.